Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Astro Science. So today in this content I am going to talk about the lunar eclipse which is going to take place on 7th of September 2025, and I will discuss it for all the 12 ascendant signs. Check it from your moon sign also and check it from your ascendant also. It is very important. This lunar eclipse is a Purna Chandra Grahan, total lunar eclipse, going to take place in the sign of Aquarius, Kumbha Rasi, in the Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Rahu is also transiting in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra in the sign of Aquarius. Now, who rules Aquarius? Saturn. Saturn at this moment is transiting in the sign of Pisces in the retrograde motion. Now, since it is in the retrograde motion, by the virtue of its retrogression, Saturn will also impact its previous sign. Now, what is the previous sign? Aquarius. So, the sign of Aquarius is getting more heavy. First of all, the lunar eclipse, Rahu and Moon, and also because of the retrograde motion of Saturn, because it is also impacting Aquarius. So, wheresoever Aquarius lies in your chart, whichever house it may be, significations related to that house will get impacted. And since Moon rules the sign of Cancer, wheresoever the sign Cancer lies in your horoscope, even that house and its significations will be impacted. Why? Because during the lunar eclipse, you see, lunar eclipse will always take place on a Purnima Tithi or full moon day. In the full moon day, we have the complete Chandrabal. The moon is very strong, the mind is broad, the mind is able to absorb the emotions, energies. And during that particular time, that heightened emotions, eclipse starts. Suddenly something is unclear to us. Suddenly some emotional fluctuations happens. Something is not clear, and that frustration, that anxiety takes place. And there is a constant, we are trying hard to know the things. That is the reason during this kind of eclipse, and since it is happening in the Purna Roop, Purna Swarup, that is the Purna Chandra Grahan, the total lunar eclipse. So it reveals something which is hidden. Anything which was unknown to us, all of a sudden it tries to reveal the things. And the impact will stay 7 days, even after 7 days of this lunar eclipse. So during this particular time, the significations related to that house becomes very important. Certain things needs to be taken care of, that we should not start any new work, new activity, any auspicious work or activity should not be started during this particular time. There can be delays. We should avoid journeys during this particular time. And on the day of the lunar eclipse, it becomes even more important that we should not start any new activity. Any auspicious beginning should be halted during that particular time. It should be paused. And we should start after 7 days of the lunar eclipse. It becomes very important. Try to avoid any journey on the day of lunar eclipse. Spiritual practices can be done, but make sure that religious customs, religious rituals should not be done on the day of lunar eclipse. Spiritual practices, like it can be jap, it can be like suppose chanting of certain mantras, chanting of certain slokas. Okay, you can have Bhagavad Path. Okay, you can chant the Sri Hari Stotram, you can chant the Vishnu Sahasranam. Okay, any kind of spiritual mantra japa or spiritual books, if you want to read during that particular time, is very it's very good. Another thing is that during this particular time you can also do charities, you can do donations. It has got more spiritual energies related to that, because it will clear off many karmas, bad karmas, I would say. It is very important during that particular time. Donations and charities to the needy people. Okay. Now, since I say spiritual practices, during this particular time, it is also very important to remain silent and absorb the energies in the most pious form. So, more you go through the chantings of Vishnu Sahasranam and all like Sri Hari Stotram, or even suppose if you want to read these slokas from Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's very good, I would say. It will really calm down your mind, and you will see that those particular time, those particular moments, you are able to utilize it at its finest. If I talk about the timings, it becomes even more important because lunar eclipse normally it happens at the night. So it starts at 9:58 p.m. 7th of September 2025, and it will go on until 1:26 a.m. 8th of September 2025, and this time period is with respect to Indian Standard Time. So as I said that don't start any new activities, because there can be unclarity, there can be mistakes, there can also be delays. Okay, I will also talk about for all the 12 ascendant signs, but if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new content you get notified instantly. And if you want a consultation from me, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. Okay, now let us start for all the 12 ascendant signs. So starting with the Aries ascendant people, the lunar eclipse will be impacting your 11th house. So it will impact your gains, your social circle, your aspirations, your long-term planning, your goals, your bonding with your elder siblings, your fulfillment of desires. So suddenly you will feel that there is a detachment from your friend circle, your friend group, social circle. Fake friends will be now known to you. The people who are not true will be known to you. Suddenly it will reveal. So you will be able to find who are the fake alliances, and that will be the reason for the detachment from the social circle. So restructuring is seen. It will also create some kind of emotional fluctuations between you and your elder siblings during this particular period. And since moon rules your 4th house, so it will be more about at the emotional level, emotional anxiety, frustration related to gains, fulfillment of desires. Particularly if you are working on certain things and you are expecting some gains, so there can be some disruption, there can be some delays. Particularly the people who are associated with any kind of work related to agriculture, real estate, landed properties, interior designing, hospitality management, agriculture in any form, construction business, and they are expecting some gains. So there can be some disruption in their business, there can be some delays in their work, and which can also delay in their gains and future endeavors. So I will say that during this particular time, do not start any new work. Wait until the next 1 week, and then if you want, you can start the work depending upon the transit and each and everything. But during this particular time, there can be some kind of disruptions regarding that. So that's it for the Aries ascendant people. For the Taurus ascendant people, the transit of moon and this lunar eclipse is happening in your 10th house. So it is impacting your career, your karma, your name, fame, status, your association with your authorities, superiors, your boss. So there can be unnecessary anxiety, stress with respect to your workload, your work environment, something which you are not happy about. You will see that you are putting your efforts, you are putting your energy, but that efforts are not enough for the work to be done, because moon rules your 3rd house, moon rules your efforts, that is at the mental level. So at the mental level, something is there which is not making you happy, something is creating some kind of dilemma. So this can also lead to some kind of confrontations, indifferences between the authorities and you. It can be between anyone in your working environment also, which you are not happy about. So this can also lead to thinking about change in profession, change in working process, methodology, restructuring of your profession is seen during this particular time. All of a sudden you may take a sharp turn with respect to change of profession, change of work. But I would say that during this lunar eclipse energies, it's better that you avoid any kind of confrontations, avoid any kind of unnecessary indifferences between you and your authorities, or else it may lead to some kind of problems with respect to your job and work is concerned. Okay. There can be some short journeys or movement with respect to work which may not be as your will and wish. Unexpected turn of events can happen. Okay, so that's it for the Taurus ascendant people. For the Gemini ascendant people, the lunar eclipse is going to impact your 9th house. So this will directly impact your faith, your belief system. It will directly impact your righteousness. And you will see that there can also be some strained relations during this particular time between you and your father, you and your mentors. You will see that your faith and belief system is getting challenged on certain matters. So this becomes more important that you follow righteousness, you follow your duty, you follow your dharma. This becomes more important. During this particular time, I would say that go through the scriptures, spiritual knowledge, wisdom, religious scriptures, ancient knowledge, which can guide you. Because all of a sudden you may start feeling that I have been righteous all along, what did I get? This kind of feeling may come all of a sudden, but you have to understand this is a emotional thing which is going on. It is challenging you, it is putting you onto a test. So this is a time when you must hold on to dharma even more. You need to follow honesty, truth, law, justice even more, because don't forget, 9th house is also the house of law. So you have to increase the Jupiterian energy within you. So during this particular time, it is very important to go through Bhagavad Gita or the chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam or any spiritual ancient scriptures. That will really help you out. Because you will see that on many matters, there can be strained bonding or relations between you and your father, or even elders of your family who used to be your mentor, who are your mentors. There can be on certain matters, there can be indifferences between you and your guru. You might see. Long distance travel plans might get impacted, might get delayed, disrupted, I would say. There can be some money related, finance related issues all of a sudden coming up, and that can lead to indifferences between you and your father. Or you can say it can be related to your family and your father. So during this particular time, I will also say that don't make any huge investments. Okay, take some time, let the lunar eclipse energy subside, and then you can think about it. It becomes very important. Okay, for the Cancer ascendant people, the lunar eclipse is impacting your 8th house. And for the Cancer people, 8th house is getting prominence from last many years. Previously it was the transit of Saturn, this year the transit of Rahu, and now the lunar eclipse in the 8th house. Now due to this lunar eclipse happening in the 8th house, there will be all of a sudden emotional upheaval. At the emotional level, there can be heights going on, ups and downs, and it will directly impact your health also, because moon rules your first house. Moon rules your punctuality, your first house, your general happiness, your name, fame, because that is what about first house is, decision making. So during this particular time, all of a sudden there is a chance that you can take some wrong decisions. So don't hurry. If something is delaying you, think it is a divine intervention. That is the reason some delays are happening. So don't overdo anything. Take some time. There can also be some kind of stress with respect to joint assets are concerned. The people who are into any kind of like marriage or marital relationship, they can also get into some kind of indifferences between them and their in-laws. Particularly for the people who are into any kind of relationship, I would say. During this particular time, you need to be very careful regarding, like, don't take any risky work. Don't get into any kind of unnecessary adventurous work or activities. It is very important. Drive slow, watch your steps. Make sure that you don't get into unnecessary spendings, expenditures, investments during this time. Particularly the people who are associated with any kind of work related to speculation. Avoid it completely. Don't get into any kind of activity which is unjust, which is not righteous. Avoid it. Follow dharma. Follow the things which are in accordance to law, in accordance to justice, honesty, righteousness. That will give you much better results. You will see that all of a sudden you are getting interested in spiritual matters, spiritual learning, secret sciences, occult studies, all of a sudden. So you can spend your time for spiritual practices, spiritual learning during this particular time. The people who are associated with occult studies, occult knowledge, or the people who are into healing, for them also this lunar eclipse is going to be very important, very impactful, and it will give them more better results, I would say. But yes, definitely, since it is impacting your 8th house and moon happens to be your Lagna lord, your first lord, so health is really a concern. Take care of your health, because your own mistake can lead to some kind of health issues. So these are the things which needs to be taken care of for the Cancer ascendant people. For the Leo ascendant people, this is happening in the 7th house. 7th house is our house of relationship, partnership, how we connect with other people, because 7th house is also the house of other people, masses. So during this particular time, you will see that at your subconscious level, you are always into some kind of anxiety or stress with respect to how you connect with your partner or your relationship with your partner. Now that can be at the professional level also, at the personal level also. Now someone may say that I am not into any kind of relationship, how will it impact me? You must understand, 7th house is the house which indicates how you bind with any people, your relationship with any XYZ. Not necessarily your partner, it can be any person, how you bind with that person. So there can be conflicts, there can be indifferences, somehow stress that the other person is not understanding you, unclarity, emotional unclarity, I would say, misunderstanding. So during this particular time, even if such kind of misunderstanding happens, make sure that you don't take any drastic step, because the energy of lunar eclipse will be over in next 7 days, and then all of a sudden you will be coming to your senses, you will understand that okay, the things are as it is. Okay, so it's become very important that you and your partner spend time with respect to spiritual practices as concerned. Okay, so that will give you more better results, and this becomes more important for the people who are into any kind of personal bonding, personal relationships. For the people who are into married life or who are into like couples, for them I would say. The people who are into any kind of collaboration or professional partnership, for them there can be misunderstanding with respect to their work, with respect to expenditures are concerned, budget management is concerned. So for them also I will say, don't take any important new step right now with respect to finances, budget management or expenditures. Take your time. After the impact is reduced of this lunar eclipse, then finally you can decide, you can discuss, and you will see, you will get more clarity on that. Okay, so this is the thing which is going to happen for the Leo ascendant people. For the Virgo ascendant people, it is happening in the 6th house. So it will impact your health, because 6th house is also the house of our immunity. It decides how we can face the challenges in day-to-day life. So the people who are going through any kind of health issues during this particular time, they needs to be taken care of even more. For the Virgo people I am talking about, it's not a matter of 1 day or 2 days, it's about that drastic change of energy which is happening in the 6th house. So it will impact your immunity, it will impact your bodily strength, your strength to face the challenges in day-to-day life, real life, every day, daily life situations I am talking about. So suddenly there can be laziness, suddenly there can be lethargy, means the work which needs to be taken care of immediately, suddenly there can be delays. As I talked about immunity, it will be directly impacting how you deal with your like energy levels. So you need to be very careful for particularly for the people who are into any kind of disease or illness, or they are, suppose somehow they are going through any kind of sickness, so then it should be taken care of even more. And your day-to-day life also, you will see that there can be some delays in your work. All of a sudden some hidden enemies may resurface. The people who are rivals, they might get more strength in front of you, so you might feel that okay, these people are trying to harm me, or they are trying to create problems in my path. Okay, so during this particular time, I will say that don't take any important decisions. Take your time. Spiritual practices are really very good, so that will really help you out. And take care of your health. Practice yoga, practice exercises, have good food, take enough rest. That is very important. Another thing is that you will also see that the people who are associated with anything related to competition or competitive arena, they might also get some kind of unclarity with respect to whatever they are doing. All of a sudden they may start feeling that, am I doing something right, or am I doing something wrong, or any wrong decision has been taken. This kind of feeling can be there, this kind of dilemmas can be there. So don't take any drastic decision during this particular time. The people who are associated like someone who has taken any loan, or someone who has taken any debts, so they might get anxiety with respect to that loan, how they will repay it. This kind of things can happen during this particular time. So have the time for that clarity to come, and then take some decisions. Okay, so that's it for the Virgo ascendant people. For the Libra ascendant people, it is impacting your 5th house. So it will directly impact your creativity levels, your thought process, your management skills. So you will see that you are getting now more lazy and lethargic to follow your management skills in your day-to-day life. You plan something, and when it comes to activate it, implement it, apply it in real life, you are getting delayed. So whatever you think, that is not getting realized in the real life. So these kind of things can happen. So there can be such kind of anxiety, and this can be with respect to your work, because moon rules your 10th house. So this also indicates change of work pattern. I can also see for the people, particularly the people who are going through some kind of certain kind of dasas, and with respect to their horoscope, there can be change of work. All of a sudden they might get frustrated that, oh, I am going to change the pattern of my work and something like that, profession. So I will say that wait until the impact of this lunar eclipse goes away for the next 7 days, and then slowly and gradually you can think about it. This is also a very time to restructure about your creative learning and creative skills. Maybe something is there which is unclear to you, and which is really impacting negatively with respect to your work, because this lunar eclipse says that you need to learn more in order to apply it in your day-to-day life, in your work, particularly at your work and career. But what is it? It is not clear to you. So this lunar eclipse will reveal those things in front of you. This will also bring some kind of emotional upheavals with respect to your love relationships are concerned. So you need to be very careful regarding how you connect with your partner. And suppose if you are thinking to say yes or no for your relationship, I will say wait for some time. Don't make the drastic decision right now. Suppose if you are thinking to get into a relationship, wait for some time, and then you step ahead. That's very important. With respect to the matters related to children also, you might get somehow stressed during this particular time. So take care regarding their health, take care regarding the matters related to your children. That becomes very important. Okay, so it will directly impact your peace of mind, I would say. So take enough time for your rest. That is very important, because that will have more positive impact on your thought process, because 5th house is also our mentality, our thought process. So that's it for the Libra ascendant people. For the Scorpio ascendant people, this is happening in your 4th house, so this becomes even more important because it is directly impacting your happiness index, your peace of mind, your mental security, your domestic space, your home. So there can be sudden restlessness at your domestic matters are concerned, sudden anxiety. On certain matters you might feel that there can be like the peace of mind is getting impacted. So during this particular time, take care regarding the health of your mother. That is very important. Any matter related to your home suddenly may ask your attention, your focus. The people who are associated with any kind of work related to real estate, construction, landed property, vehicles, or hospitality management, interior designing, or suppose you are going through any kind of renovation at your home, suddenly the work might get delayed. So, or anything related to your domestic space matters, there can be some indifferences, restlessness, which can create or add to your anxiety. So these are the things which needs to be taken care of, particularly how you take care regarding the health of your mother. That becomes very important, or any matter related to your home, not only for the eclipse but also for the next 7 days, I would say. That becomes very important. During this particular time, I will also say that since moon rules your 9th house, there can also be some delays related to travels, long distance travels. The people who are expecting some kind of relocation, the people who are expecting some kind of transfers, suddenly that might get delayed. This also will impact the people who are into education fraternity, teachers and students. For them also this particular time becomes very important. There can be unclarity in their day-to-day studies and everything. So that becomes very important. So you need to take care regarding all those things and make sure that you don't take any important decisions during this particular time. Spiritual practices will be very essential. Okay, spiritual learning, mantra jap will be very important and highly beneficial during this particular lunar eclipse energies are concerned. Okay, it will really be helpful to restore your peace of mind. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, this is happening in the 3rd house. So it is directly impacting your willpower, your courage, your efforts, your action oriented mind. Suddenly there can be disruption at your work. Whatever work you are doing in your day-to-day life, you are putting your efforts, suddenly there can be disruption, there can be delays, there can be unclarity. The people who are associated with any kind of work related to movement or travels, or someone associated with any kind of work related to communication, speech, social media, for them also I would say that they need to be very careful, because during this particular time, make sure that you don't share anything in the social media which can be interpreted in some wrong way or which can be misunderstood. Make sure that you take care regarding that. There can also be some misunderstanding between you and your younger siblings or your friend circles or the people who are very close to you or anyone whom you meet in your day-to-day life, in daily contacts. There can be some kind of misunderstanding. It may be challenging with respect to your willpower is concerned. Means suddenly you might feel drained, so which can lead to make you feel lazy. Okay, because you will feel that your efforts are, you are putting your efforts but it is not enough. Suddenly you might feel like that. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding all these things. So that's it for the Sagittarius ascendant people. For the Capricorn ascendant people, it is happening in the 2nd house, so it is directly impacting your family life, your money, savings, your investments. So during this particular time, have a proper control over your speech. Avoid harsh words and also avoid any kind of indifferences between you and your family members. Okay, that becomes very important, because there can be some kind of anxiety between you and your family matters which can create problems. And since for the Capricorn ascendant people, moon rules your 7th house, there can be some issues between you and your partner with respect to your family matters are concerned. Okay, So during this particular time, it is also very important that you should not get into any financial decisions or investments or any new investment decisions. Don't do it. Avoid speculative investments. Avoid it completely. Even any important financial decision also should not be taken during this particular time. At least for next 7 days are concerned, I would say. Starting from the lunar eclipse to the next 7 days, I would say. So that becomes very important. And during this particular time, there should also be proper responsibility towards your family member, towards your partner and their health. Suddenly there can be some health issues coming up with respect to your partner and with respect to anyone in your family who are very close and near and dear to you, because moon is the 7th lord getting eclipsed in the 2nd house. 7th lord, that is partner, 2nd house is family. Okay, so these are the things you need to be careful of. So that's it for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, it is impacting your Lagna, your 1st house, your ascendant. So it will directly impact your health, your immunity, because moon rules your 6th house. So the people who are going through any kind of health issues during this particular time, they need to be even more careful. Even more care is needed. Suddenly the health issues might get like suddenly it might start to deteriorate. Okay, during this particular time, it's become very important. You might feel lazy, lethargy. There can be situations which can directly impact your punctuality, your decision making. Like out of your ego, out of that heightened emotions, you take some decisions. So during this particular time, have a proper check, have a proper control over your ego, have a proper control over any important decision making. Wait for some time. Don't get impulsive and take the decision. Because don't forget, it is Rahu moon and 1st house. So all of a sudden you may feel that, okay, if I do this, who is gonna stop me? This kind of things can happen. So make sure that you don't take any rashful decisions. Since moon is also your 6th lord, during this particular time, avoid any adventure activities. Don't be always in a hurry. Take your time. Even if suppose you feel that you are getting delayed in some kind of work, let it be. Take your time. Don't get into any unnecessary arguments or fights. Don't pick up fights, or else it might lead to one thing will lead to another. Okay, this will also impact your relationship between you and your partner. So during this particular time, there can also be situation where some unpleasant situations may occur all of a sudden between you and your partner. Now that can be at the personal level also, at the professional level also. So that becomes very important. The people who are not into any kind of partnership or relationship, for them I would say that suddenly they can go through some heightened ego, and whomsoever they connect with, there can be some kind of confrontations, there can be some kind of issues, understanding issues. Mutual understanding might get decreased or declined because the impact of Rahu. Okay, so during this particular time, it is a very good time to introspect your self development. That is very important. Okay, find the things which can make you strong, because this lunar eclipse will reveal it. So in that way you can use it in your favor. So that's it for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, it is happening in the 12th house. So it is directly impacting your subconscious mind. So at the subconscious level, there can be huge restlessness. So by the impact of this lunar eclipse, it is very important that you don't get into any kind of unnecessary expenditures, spending. So your budget management should be very important during this particular time, or else unnecessary expenditures can happen. It can directly impact your work, your business. And since I say that there can be restlessness and it will impact your subconscious mind, the people who are into any kind of health issues, for them also this becomes very important, because it might delay the healing, it might delay the way they are getting cured. So they need to be taken care of even more for the Pisces ascendant people, I would say. It can also disrupt your sleeping pattern and your, because at the subconscious level, whenever you are thinking that you need isolation, you need solitude, something or the other is going on at your mind. But the positive part here is that moon rules your 5th house, so you will be able to use your creativity and learn new things, and that can be taken help of your imaginative power. Why? Because 12th house is imagination and help you in your work, help you to learn new things. Means that is in the positive side I'm talking about, but in the negative side it can also take you to take some wrong path. So make sure that you don't get into anything, any activity which is not righteous. Follow dharma, follow the law, follow justice, follow something which is good for you. Avoid any kind of action, avoid any kind of work which is not in accordance to righteousness. Avoid it completely. That's very important, because 5th house is joy and pleasure and 12th house is our imaginative skills, subconscious mind. So all of a sudden you may get into any kind of activity which may not be good for you, but you are feeling that, oh, I am happy. Like suppose someone who is into addiction, he or she is not knowing that it is impacting their health negatively, but for that particular moment they are happy about it. Okay, so that becomes very important. So don't get into any kind of activity which is not good for you. Make the use of this lunar eclipse positively. Okay, and definitely make sure that you don't get into wrong investments. Financial decisions has to be taken care of. That is very important. And yes, health of your children, I can see that health of your children needs to be taken care of. And suppose if you are associated with anything related to love relationship, or you are thinking to get into a love relationship, I can see that there can also be some kind of emotional stress and fluctuations associated with that. Okay, so don't make any hasteful decisions. Take some time until the impact of lunar eclipse stays, like suppose 1 week from now, 1 week from the day of the lunar eclipse. Okay, that becomes very important. So that's it for all the 12 ascendant signs. I hope you have liked it, and if it really resonates with you, make sure that you comment down in the comment box, you press the like button and share it to your near and dear ones, because eclipse energy has already started. So if you feel that someone might get help from this content, you should definitely share it to your near and dear ones. Okay, so that they might also get help, and they might also get the ideas that what needs to be done and what needs to be checked. Okay, so that's it from my side. And if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new content you get notified instantly. And if you are willing to have a consultation from me, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. So next time when I come back, I will be coming back with some another interesting content. So till then, I'm signing off today. Thanking you. Bye bye.